yeah, so let's start where we left off. Same tournament. Obviously, we'll change this to be 4-color deck. It's quite an annoying bug. So where are we in the tournament? First of all, we have 2 times average for 18 more minutes, I think, or 12 more minutes. And we have 425 big blinds, so 14 more minutes. I don't think there's a need to raise this out of position. You might disagree with me. You might think it's straightforward, but I have 4 or 5 people left. I don't see a real need to raise this out of position. I'm going to play most pots in position unless it's against short stacks. And it doesn't have anything to do with the hand. I just don't see a need to build a pot out of position and play out of position when I already have this. So I'm not going to be raising a lot. I want players to call, but I don't want to play out of position. Especially against Cameron. I wanted to play out of position. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah. So he raised jacks, and everyone folded. Really the same situation. The only reason I would raise this up is just to build a pot and smash a board, which obviously is not best. Like, what's going to happen most of the time is we're not going to smash a board, and we're going to have to play a pot out of position, quite possibly a 3-bet pot. Maybe we just fold for a 3-bet pot, depending on the player. But I think I'm just going to fold. I want to play in position. So, yeah. Same thing here. I don't see a need to raise this. Now, this guy, I think, is tight passive. He's raising 4.5 big blinds, which could be a bet size tell. But again, I'm going to have to put a lot of money in this pot, like 8 or 9, and then play out of position against tight passive. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to risk it with out of position. And again, I have 400 bigs. I don't really have to put the foot on the gas. Here's the UTG raise from under the gun. He has 187 behind. And I'm out of position again. So, and Cameron's known for 3-betting. So I'm just going to muck it. I don't know if he's 3-betting with Queen 9. I feel like he's 3-betting with King Jack and hands like that. Again, I'm in position this time. I have a reverse implied odds hand. I don't want him to fold. The problem is, so it's a tight passive. My cards don't matter, but if I hit a king, I'm not going to get very much value on a king or jack. His range is smashing me. I get 4-bet. I have to give up, and I just don't think there's a lot of reason to raise with a reverse implied odds hand against a tight passive who has a UTG range when we're 423. And this guy doesn't raise that often, Brett. So quite possibly, I'm narrowing his range a little bit. But again, I just don't see a reason with this hand. Now, if I had 4-5 suited, then yeah, perhaps I would 3-bet here because I have more valor. And I also have a hidden hand. And a king or a jack isn't going to crush me. So I'm just going to fold it. And at this point, I'm sure you're like, well, you're just not playing any hands. But his UTG raise, since I've never, like, his VPIP is so tiny, he did have kings there. Obviously, he doesn't always have kings. I don't think it ends very well. Yeah, so, like, clicking this and cards don't matter, right? We get 3-bet, then we're 4-betting. Again, I just think this pot is just so out of control. And we just don't need to do it, so I'm just going to mug it. And same thing with this hand. It doesn't matter what my cards are. I just think it's the same thing. And I know I want to play in position, but I'd like to play in position with some non-reverse implied odds hands. Again, this hand. I'm really just playing more of like a casual face-up game. Okay, so we still have 2 times average. Our chip utilities went down to 281, but I still think we're pretty good, and I still think we can just fold. I mean, we have 54 minutes. What's the goal? So the goal is to, yeah, I don't really know because we have 2 times average. I want to keep up with 2 times average. I really don't want to go below 200 big blinds. Again, out of position. So I'm playing very straightforward. I don't see a lot of reason to bluff. Just pay attention. So I think he did bet with a 7-10. So if I remember correctly, Tron's kind of wide sometimes. But again, I'm out of position. I really don't think I need to play this pot. I don't remember if Tron is, passive post flop. You could make it like 6 and try to play the pot out of position. Again, I have a reverse implied odds hand. It's not really early. It's not late either though. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna fold. Probably would have won that. That's okay. So I'm definitely going to raise this because I'm raising most of my small blinds, and I'm going to play it very similar to my small blinds. Now, if I get 3-bet, I think his hands include most hands that are dominating me. Queen, Jack, King, Jack. But he does 3-bet pretty lightly. But again, I'm not trying to get into a huge pot here. So I just want to raise this up and just like every other small blind hand and see what happens. So if he 3-bets, maybe we'll see a flop. I guess he could have 9s and 8s and 7s and ace rag, and he's type passive, so it wouldn't be hard to see a flop. I don't think we need to 4-bet, but yeah, I mean, if he 3-bets you, I'm just going to fold. Okay, so I know our hand doesn't matter. We'll just do what we always do. It's 7 high, and that's just bet here. So what do I expect him to do? I expect his range to hit that board a lot, and I expect him to raise. Actually, I don't, because he's type passive. So I expect him to flat his 5s, like his 5-6, his 4-5. I mean, not his 4-5s. I expect him to raise his 4-5s and his 9-4, all his 2 pairs. I expect him to raise his, I don't know, King 9, probably, Ace 9. But other than that, I expect him to flat. And I'll just fold to a raise. Okay. So I think he has a pair. He's very passive. He doesn't have the nuts. I guess the hands that raise are like Jack 9, Jack 5, Jack 4. I don't know how likely those hands are, but we just min raise. So it was the smallest raise ever. So he could have like 6-7 here. 6-7. I don't really see us getting anything from, I think we have to go really tiny to get a 5, a 4, or a 9 to call. So I'm going to go 2 here and go for a value bet on river. If he raises, I'm just going to muck. I don't think he has a lot of bluffs in his range. Even Queen 10 suited here, I don't think he's raising. I just don't think he's that kind of player. So if he raises, I think he just... he doesn't have King Jack, right? So, but he could have Queen Jack. It's more like Jack 9, Jack 5, those types of hands. I'm just trying to get value from a 5, a 4, or a 9 here. Okay, so I'll take it. I highly doubt he has 8. He could have 9-7. But again, I just think we go for value here. I think it's tiny value, maybe 3 gets it done. I don't think he has a jack, but I don't think he can fold a 9 for 3. If he raises, I'm just mucking. Oh, so he did call me with 10 queen. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think he would raise the 10 queen. So he called two with 2 overs and a backdoor straight draw on flop. And then he turned the straight draw. And again, as a type passive, he really didn't raise, which I didn't expect him to. So if an 8 comes on the river and I just bet 2 and he raises, I'm just mucking. I mean, he's pretty easy to play. He's straightforward. With his hands, no matter what he raises, he lets you know if he's scared or not. So we did get 2, and I think we got 2 and 2. What did we bet on turn? 2. So that's pretty good value from Queen High, I think. So if Cameron raises me, oftentimes he has me beat, or we're chopping king, queen, ace. So, I mean, I think it's okay just to open here. I don't really want to call a 3-bet. I'd rather just play in position against these 2 players. Is it possible that they're both calling? I suppose so. I think if I raise, though, I think the one time he 3-bet you with queen 10 suited, not even queen 10 suited, queen 10 off when you made it 3. So I just prefer to play a small pot, and if he raises, I'm just going to muck. It's not great. It's kind of wet. It smashes his range. I don't think there's a reason to bet here. If he checks twice, I'll bet. Half pot, a little bit more than half pot. Not a lot of great cards, so I'm just kind of giving up here. I don't see a reason to bet. I kind of think that smashes his range. Yeah, so I'm just going to muck here. 4.7. What's interesting is he bets 4.7. It almost feels like a 7. I think if I was in a riskier mode, I might raise this, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess I can have a 9. But why is he betting 4.7? It feels like a blocker bet. Like 8-7, or not a blocker bet, but like a, I'm sorry. For the terminology, it's not a blocker bet, Jason. It is a, what are we going to call this? Shut down donk, right? I feel like he wants to shut this down. I don't think he ever has a hand like a 9. 9 makes virtually no sense unless he's just like, oh, I have a 9 and now I got to get value before the flush draw and the straight draws get there. But I think it's more like a 7 of some sort, like 7-5, 7-4. 7 king, 7 jack, 7 queen. That's what I think. I mean, I just don't see him doing this with a 9. So I'm going to muck, obviously. If I was in more desperation mode, I might actually try to take this pot away from him. I don't know that that makes much sense, but... Oh, so he did have a boat on turn. So he fired a pretty big size pot there with a boat, which is interesting because I guess he feels like on flop, I didn't get any value, and then I'm going to try to get value on turn. Interesting to hear your explanation of that. So a little quick check here. Yeah. So let me cover your, well, why are you doing this? It's so simple math thing. It's a behavior thing. I'm trying to change my behavior so that my priority is to check my chip stack. It's to check, to make sure that I put those things in priority. Yes, it's very easy math, and very easy math makes it too easy to just say, oh, yeah, I'm fine, and not actually have the behavior. So obviously, I still have 2 times average, and I have 284 big blinds. So I don't think we're in any bad position here. So here's a 5 big blind raise from what I would strongly consider a tight passive. That could be a bet sizing tell. I feel like I'm going to say that's never aces and kings. I feel like it's a hand like jacks, 10s, queens, a vulnerable hand that they just want to win the pot now. They don't want overcards to call. I could be wrong. Okay, so 5 big blinds with ace-9 suited. That's a weird play. Early position. So now he goes 3 big blinds, and I feel like this is a hand he wants to get called with. So maybe this is the stronger range. Again, I'm just going to muck here. No reason to play with 4 people behind me. Playing pretty ABC right now. I'm sure I'll hear it from you. Yeah, so this was more of a value hand. So he wants to get called with jacks. He doesn't want to get called with ace-9 suited. Just going to fold here. Don't want to play in position. And I'm playing ABC. Just going to fold here. Don't want to start this pot. I'm probably going to fold the next hand too. Yeah, so I don't want to be up against a short stack with a UTG raising range, and he's raising at 3.7. So again, I generally think this is like jacks and tens, but I was proven wrong with the ace-9 hand. But I think a general average person does this with a medium to strong pocket pair. Again, we're proven wrong. Ace-7 suited in this situation. So I am incorrect. Again, I'm just folding. Don't want to be out of position against... just not something I would be. So here we go with the pocket pairs, and I can hear Jason saying, oh, it's a pocket pair. Okay. So the last time he did this, he had ace-9 suited, but he was in early position. Now he's making it 5 big blinds in late position. I feel like he doesn't want to get called, and he just wants the hand to be over with. He wants to steal it. So how much to just take this down? Well, I mean, I guess we could cap him. It seems like a lot of chips. I actually think we should just fold. We're not trying to hit a set, and it seems like there's 7.7 in there. We put 10 more in there. We put 15 in. He has called 10 to win 22, so he's getting better than 2 to 1. And we gotta raise a lot. I really feel like he's going to fold most of the time, so can we just take down the 7.7 is the question. So not for a little bit. And he's got 121 behind, so it's going to be a stack to pot ratio of 3. Yeah, I think it's just like do 7. I'm just going to muck. And yeah. He did have ace-10, so he did have another ace-9, ace-10 suited hand. Same thing here. We got a short stack. We're going to be out of position. He's probably wide on the button. If we make it 6 big blinds, he's going to call. You're going to be out of position, which is not bad against a short stack. We don't know what Cameron's going to do behind, and we know he likes to 3-bet. 4-bet, sorry. So I think it's just a fold, especially with Cameron being so short. You're risking a lot of chips. Like, if I 3-bet here to like 6 and he 4-bets, I have to fold and give up the 6 big blinds, or 5-bet, and I don't think he has enough chips to 5-bet. It's gonna be 5-bet all in. And I guess what most likely happens is Cameron folds and Craig flats. But again, yeah, I just think there's too many ways it can go wrong. I can 3-bet and he can 4-bet, and there's no need to. We have 2 times average. We have 34 minutes left. We have 281 big blinds, and Cameron is known to 4-bet light, so we'd have to 5-bet or just give up. And the best situation is if Cameron folds and Craig calls, but Craig may raise in this situation too. I mean, he's always wide. And if I remember correctly, Craig folds pretty easily to like 9 big blinds. So I guess we could make it 9 big blinds to take down 5.7. But then we could get raised from Cameron and just give up. I mean, it makes it harder for him to raise, though, I think. But he's done it in the past. So I just think there's too many ways it's going to go wrong, and I'm just going to fold. So I don't think Cameron is raising with 10-3. I think it just goes. I'm pretty sure I'll just show you that if we make this 9, he just folds. And do we want that? So I think if you just make it 9, he just folds. Okay, so he didn't fold as opposed to before. So now we flop a gutter ball, a double gutter. So a 10 or 6 gives us the nuts. So what are we repping? So we know that he can have hands like small pocket pairs. I think it's just a third pot. Actually, yeah. I don't want to make the pot too big. I guess he thinks I'm continuation betting, but I don't think he's ever raising me with his pocket pairs. I think he's just flatting. And then we go half pot on turn. A little over half pot. I think that works. But I'm fine with the decision I made. Again, I don't know that I want to test Cameron with the short stack, so this does not look like a good situation for me. Under the gun raise and a flat from a tight-ish player. It's not a good situation, especially with my holding, which doesn't really matter. 30 more minutes to get chips if I need to get chips, so I'm really not in a rush to do so. Yet. So it was a flat with 10s. And then we had a 4-bet. And Cameron's gone. So it was an open with 9s and a flat with 10s. And then Cameron, did he 4-bet? Did he ship it? I think he shipped it. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, no, he didn't. So it went 3-3-9, and then Cameron flopped the joint. And because he's short, he just got it in. That seems right. I mean, also there's that scared bet that he did. He bet 18. So he bet out his set, and then Cameron just put it in. So Cameron's gone, which is going to make my life easier. So let's just try 3 here and see what happens if we can take down the blinds, or we're going to get 3-bet. Okay. So Cameron's not there anymore, so I don't think I have to be worried about getting 3-bet too much. So everybody folded. That would be a catastrophe with Queen Jack and those types of hands to get them to fold. So I don't know. I don't want that many players, so I'm gonna go 2.5 here and see what happens. So we got ace 9 to fold and ace 4 to fold. that's pretty crazy. With 2.5, I don't know if that's realistic. So we're just gonna fold this. Don't want to play with short stacks. Craig. So we got set over set here. So again, we got 287. We still have 2 times average. We have 27 minutes. I don't want anything to fold. And we saw ace rag, ace 4, ace 6. All of them folded for 2.5. So I'm clicking it. If we get 3-bet, it depends on where the 3-bet's from. I don't need to play a lot of pots. I'm probably beat when I get 3-bet. But Bobby is 3-bet light. So maybe we click it on him. Other than that, we're just playing to see a flop. We want people to call. Okay, so like I said, if I get 3-bet, I'm probably crushed. Especially when the new player, who's got 75 bigs, I open UTG +1 and he 3-bets me. Like, doesn't even care about my 3-bet. I don't think there's a reason to play with a short stack. I mean, let's think outside the box here. If we click it, We go to 10. 10 and 10 is 20 plus 3 is 23. We got a stack to pot ratio of 3. I don't like, I mean, this is just like the ace jack hand. I don't like our chances. I guess the only hand we want him to have is jacks, and we're not getting a lot of value off of an ace high board, and we're getting pwned by ace king. Either he's going to 5-bet us or he's going to flat and we get pwned. Or, you know, yeah. So I think it's just, and we don't really know anything about this player. So, and I don't want to put in a real 4-bet because that's like a bluff with ace queen. And again, we still have plenty of chips. And I think we're still at 2 times average. Just barely. I think we're just going to fold. So we were up against ace king. So we're just folding because I don't want to play out of position. I mean, out of position against short stacks. Like Marquis. Well, and Jose, who ended up picking up 9s. So, I mean, just standard here. I just 3-bet. I don't want Craig to fold. So I think making it 6. So what does he call when I make it 6? I'm going to be in position. He's got 192 big blinds, so I think we're good there. I don't need to raise a lot. Maybe even 7. Just get a little. No, I think 6.5. I want him to call. What is he flatting? He's flatting his king highs, his ace highs, his pocket pairs, his queen jacks, maybe. So, I mean, but we do know he folds for, like, if I make it 9 here, he did fold before earlier. But he didn't fold ace 10 suited. So we don't want ace 4 to fold or ace 3 to fold or ace deuce to fold. So I'm going to raise, and I'm going to fold to a 4-bet. Yeah, so, I mean, that's, that's, just with a click, he folded ace 9, same hand. Yeah, that's, like, you're not getting anything worse to call you with him. So, I don't know. If we click it here, does he call? I mean, it was basically a click. Yeah, okay. And then he blocker bets out. And we have the same situation that we've had before. So we're super wet. We have the heart. We're heads up. This is where I get so confused with you. Because you're like, just fold. What is he blocker betting out? So he could be blocker betting out an 8. Let's say he has king 8 or queen 8 or jack 8 or any of those hands. So if he's blocker betting that out, I feel like it's a click to stun him, but it's super wet. So if you click it, you stun him, and then you get to bet because you're the 3-better. So I feel like he has an 8 here. Pocket 9s, that sort of hand, where he's continuing, but he's stunted on turn. So I feel like it's a click, but it's super wet. So this is where I get, you know, do we, and maybe we just want the fold equity. So he's not folding his flush draws, and he has a million flush draws, right? Ace high. Well, he doesn't have ace high. He has king high flush draws, 10 high flush draws. So I don't know that we're stunting him much. It feels like a weak hand. And SPR is going to be what? 2020s, 40s, 53, 53, and he's going to have 3. So I think it's okay with an SPR, but we're going to have to go big, and we're still kind of deep here. I just don't think we can take it down here with this wetness. It's not super dry. So I think it's a flat, and then when he bets turn, raise. Okay, so he didn't bet turn. It's not a great card. I don't have a lot of 5s. That's yeah. So I'm trying to think what I would do with aces here. I think I just blocker bet fold. Well, I mean, with aces, I guess I'm not doing anything. Well, I don't want an 8 to go away. Blocker bet fold. I think he has most of the 5s though. Yeah. He does go away. But it's a rough hand. That was a click. So click does get more. So we have 287 bigs. We still have 2 times. We're at 21 minutes. So I think we just play. So it's an under the gun raise from a player that never ever raises. His VPIP is really tiny. So I'm just gonna fold this on the button. I mean, that's fine. Not gonna win big pot there anyway. So we don't have Cameron behind us anymore, and I'm fine just raising this, getting a whole bunch of callers and hitting a 7, or, you know, what is the most likely play? I don't see anyone 3-betting us. If they did 3-bet us, maybe this is the opportunity to take the 4-bet into account. Although I don't think it's great for Jose because he's going to have a low SPR, and he's probably the most likely one to 3-bet us. Only because he's in position and doesn't have a random hand. So yeah. So if I click it, I'm more likely to get 3-bet. So let's just make it 3 and see if we can get 1 caller or if we get 3-bet. So we did not get a caller, and we didn't have any valor, so I think it's fine. Isn't this just the same exact thing? When we make it 3, we get 3-bet, then we're 4-betting. Just seems like a lot. I'd rather just click it and get a whole bunch of callers, and if I get 3-bet, I can still 4-bet. It's just a smaller pot, and he's probably wider. So, of course, I just bank it again. So, and that wasn't the plan. I mean, the plan was to get callers, and we did get call. We did hit a set. So, what is he betting here? I mean, he's betting his queen, right? He's got queens. We're not going to make a lot off this pot. He's got queens, 5-6. I feel like if we raise him, we just stun him. And he calls with all his flush draws anyway. So I feel like it's just a flat. And just let him bet. So what kind of queens does he have? Queen, jack, queen. I don't think he has. I mean, he probably has queen, king too. I mean, he's not like Cameron. I haven't seen him 3-bet queen, king. Queen, jack, queen 10. He definitely has hearts. Ace of hearts, king of hearts, all the hearts. So there's a lot of hearts that he can have. But that does look like a please fold, shut it down, 4 big blinds. So it's either a flush draw or a weak queen. And I don't see a reason to raise this pot because he's not folding his flush draws and he's folding his queens. So I'm just going to flat. All right. Not great. It is the flush draw. So we know he has potentially a queen and he's checking. He could have 8s. Obviously, he could have all the under pairs, 10s, 8s, not 9s, hopefully. And if I bet here and get check raised, he almost always has a flush draw, and we just want a queen to call. So I think we got to go tiny. I think at like 3.5, and if we induce and fold, that's fine. I haven't seen that out of him. And of course he can have a queen with like a heart. So I guess he could raise here with a queen. Is he check raising? Yeah, let's just go 4. I don't know. Is he folding a queen for 4? Is he folding 8s and 7s for 4? With a heart? I'm just going to raise, fold. I mean, bet, fold. Okay. So, I'm not sure we should go for value here. Like, I don't know what's calling me. A queen? So if he has queen, jack, he just checked queen, jack. Don't think he's calling under pairs ever. And he might be raising. So we may get 2 big blinds of value here, but that's about it. I don't see us getting anything else. And we're not calling a raise. I feel like it's just a check. I don't think he has a queen. I mean, I guess he's scared with a hand like queen 10. And the ace is a terrible card. So he does a queen 6. I don't think he's calling, though. I don't think he's calling. Let's see. Does he call with the ace on the river? I doubt it. So he just decided to go for value. And he flatted. And then we flatted his weak queen. He checks his weak queen. And we bet 4. And he flats. And then we bet 4 again? Does he flat? No, he doesn't flat 4. And I was actually going to go 2. So I just don't think 2 big blinds is worth it. So fold that. So case in point, Jason proves himself again, which is basically you're not going to get much value off those pots. But we didn't really need to get much value off those pots. Again, I'm just looking to build a pot. Just everybody come in. This table is so weak. So we got 3-bet from a fairly tight passive. There's no reason for us to like play here unless we're going to 4-bet. And if we 4-bet, we're going to 10. He's going to have 20 stack spot ratio 4. And all we're doing when we click it is making sure he doesn't have aces and kings when he 3-bets us. It doesn't really tell us anything about his hand. And we have no reason to believe that he's just 3-betting light here. I mean, I know we saw it with Bobby, but I've never seen it from Marquis. And I raised an earliest position. I just don't see the need when I have 299 big blinds to play this pot. So I'm just going to muck it. I was just trying to build a pot. And again, he did have a hand. And I don't think we could have taken that one away. Maybe, but we don't need to risk chips at this point. So fold. Just because I don't want to get into pots with out of position with short stacks like Jose or Marquis or Trond. Yeah, it's just a fold. I don't see any reason to get... This guy's VPIP is so tiny. There's no reason to get in pots with him. But, you know, it is what it is. Not results oriented. Again, no reason to play this pot. Kind of just playing straightforward. It's going to be a boring video. So we have 7 minutes. We have 299 bigs. We still have 2 times average. I mean, the problem here is when you make it 6, all of his worst hands fold, which we know he doesn't have very many of, and all of his better hands call. I mean, maybe some of his middle of the roads fold, like you make it 7 here and you just take down the pot in position. He feels like it's pretty easy to play against him. We know his calling range, so I don't know. You have 2 players behind, one is short. And it's not a terrible spot, but we're going to play in position. He's not short. Yeah, I'll make it 6.5 like I did before. And remember, he's folding ace 10 before. So his hand is... And if I got 3-bet... I think this is implied, but I know that you like me to say that. If I got 3-bet, I was just folding. So this brings pause to me that he called. I think he has a lot of ace highs, pocket pairs. So I think his pocket pairs are pretty high, though. Flush draws, I think he has to have like an ace high suited flush draw that he's never giving up on. You know, like, is he raising flop? Quite possibly. I do have kings in my range. So this is a 2-street bluff. I don't think he has a lot of kings. Like king queen, I don't think so. He folds ace 10, so I think king queen's pretty much out of his range, unless it's king queen suited, and there's only 3 combinations of that. Um, I don't think he has. I don't think he has king jack a lot either. I think he has a mostly eights, nines, tens, and jacks. I don't know about queens. Sometimes queens. He never has aces. Maybe ace king. I guess, yeah, I'll give him ace king. He could certainly have ace king, suited or non-suited. Is he raising? Even if he raises me with 2 overs and a flush draw, we're just folding anyway. So let's bet 5 here. And if he flats, we're going to take it away on the turn with a half pot bet. And if he raises, we're just going to fold. He could have 2 overs and a flush draw. He could have ace king. He could have, even if he has queens and he gets us off of it, that's fine. So he did call with ace queen. So I think that was fine. I should have said ace queen. I was saying that, like, if he's folding ace 10 suited and he's folding ace 9, that he has ace king and ace queen. I was specifically speaking about this board, and I think he had the higher pairs because he folds so tight. So we got a UTG raise. Not real comfortable playing Tron, especially since he's somewhat short stack. So we're just gonna muck it. We do have 306 big blinds. We have 4 minutes left, and he just wakes up with aces on UTG. So I haven't really played Harrison. I'm trying to think when I played Harrison. I think I raised Harrison, 3-bet Harrison, 9 big blinds, and I got 4-bet, and Harrison folded. And that was when I got 4-bet by the King Jack. I don't remember what he folded, though. So, and we have 4 players behind, one of which is somewhat short with 80 big blinds. 2 of them are somewhat short, in my opinion. So, and the awful thing is, am I getting better aces to call? I mean, weaker aces to call. Like ace 10, ace 9, ace 8, king, queen. And what's happening behind me? Yeah, I think we can click this and see what he does. I think any raises are just, obviously a 3-bet is just, or 4-bet is just gone. I'm gone from any 4-bet behind me, including, any player behind me, the 4 players behind me. And, if he flats, I have to assume my ace is good. Okay, so Harrison bets out on a queen high board. He bets 9.3. So is this one of those cases where Harrison is like, my 10s are good here a lot. Well, first of all, so my 10s are good here a lot, and I just want to see where I am? Or is he betting with ace queen here? And I think the majority of the time, this is a pocket pair, or like queen king, or something where he's not really sure and he just wants to shut it down. So I think it's a click. I don't need a lot of fold equity here. I stun him. But we're starting to get in a situation where we don't have a lot of valor, and he could have ace queen. He could do this with a hand like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hands he can do it with besides ace queen, so I think we're going to stun him and see what he does. Okay, so we did stun him, and now I think it's just a little over half pot. And we get him to fold his ace jack. Oh, he did. See, that's that play I see from these players is where they blocker bet out with a hand like ace jack there. So it's interesting. Not blocker bet. I don't know what that is. It looked like he went to take down the pot with ace high. He does that with his 10s, his 9s. It's a fairly aggressive play. I felt comfortable doing that because I'm going to fold this because I have the short stacks behind me. I felt comfortable doing that because I was the 3-better, and I felt like an average player isn't betting out ace queen there like we've discussed in the past. I didn't raise here strictly because he's EP, and when you raise, he's folding hands like ace 10 suited, and it's, you know, to get him to play a pot, you're definitely going to be up against a stronger range. So you probably have implied odds. But so we have 60 minutes left. We have 2.5 times average. We have 250 big blinds, which is still good. And I think we've been playing for, I don't know, half an hour or so. So let's play a little longer, and then we'll reevaluate. Again, we got a short stack in the big blind, we got a short stack in the small blind, we got a short stack here. There's just a whole bunch of short stacks. We don't want to get into it with queen 5 suited. So I think it's just a fold. I don't like it because I think there's a high propensity we're getting raised by the short stacks. And there's really no reason to be in this pot. So I think it's just a fold. We could raise and try to get a whole bunch of players to call, but I think it's far more likely we're going to get raises than flats. So I'm mucking. And just to prove it, well, I mean, we know he had aces, so, but just to prove it, if I did indeed do this, I'm going to get 3-bet from Bobby, who I might consider that a light 3-bet. But yeah, I'm glad I just mucked. I don't think there's any way to win. I mean, I know he has, obviously, and I think if I'm going to play it against Bobby, because I know he does like 3-bet in early open, we're probably going like 24 here to take it down, and I just don't think it's worth it, so I'm glad I folded. I'm glad I folded just because I don't think there's a lot of valor in my hand, and it's a lot of players to get through. Yeah, so I know he's folding when I make it 6 most hands, so I'm just going to make it 6. He's going to fold most hands, and the hands that, I mean, that's pretty easy. I mean, we're just going to do like 4 here and see what he does. Like, okay, so he did call 9-6 suited there. So I think the small blind, big blind situation is a little different. When we click it there, he's, you know, willing to call these types of hands, but certainly not in position from what we've seen. And he still folded on flop anyway, so he's pretty easy to play against. So we got a UTG raise from a person who has a very low VPIP. We're out of position, and we have a short stack behind us, so we're just muck it. So Bobby, I don't know about Bobby. I kind of want to play this hand, but I do have short stacks behind me. Yeah. But I kind of want to play the hand in position. I think if we make it like 5 here, he's going to let us know what he has, and we can fold. He's not in early-ish, he's in late-ish. We don't want him to fold, so. Okay, here we go again. This time, though, he's kind of blocker betting out. It kind of looks like value. It kind of feels trappy. Okay, so we raised, and he flatted our 3-bet, and then he bets out 5. It doesn't look like a I want to take this down bet. It looks like a kind of a blocker bet to make it so that you don't raise. And I don't think this is a pot where you stun him. I think this is a pot where you take it down. I feel like so what does that? That's a really interesting range. Is that Queen 10? King Jack? Is he really just playing with King Jack here? I mean, I guess you can click it. Is he got like 8s? 9s? I don't know. It just feels... It feels like it's not I want to take this down with 10s pot. It feels like it's... It kind of feels trappy. Like, I'm betting into the pre-flop raiser, and it's a tiny bet, so most of the time that's weakness. So, okay, let's just say he has 7s or jacks or not jacks, but yeah, 7 jacks, king jack, a strong hand. If we click it, he still might bet his king queens and his ace. I don't think he has ace king, but I think he has queen king. I don't think he's firing queen 10 on turn. I don't think I'm getting him off a king queen. I think the click is right. And I think he's going to tell us if he has something when we click it. I mean, we can have aces, ace king. I think it's a click. Yeah, I'm going to click it, and hopefully that stuns him. But he still might bet king queen on turn. Hopefully it's a 9. Yeah. So I think that's king queen all day long. I feel like it's king queen. I probably can get him off of it, but let's look at our stack. But we have double stack. I don't think we need to do this. I feel like if it's not queen king, it's queen 10 of hearts. But he bet into us. I just don't like it. This should stun him with the jack. I don't think it's ace jack. He doesn't seem scared at all. Pre-flop 3-better. Donks, I click it. That's aces, kings. And he just bets into me on turn? Yeah. I don't think he's scared at all. I think it's a set of 7s. King jack. Queen 10 of hearts. Overvalued king queen, which seems really overvalued, and I could probably make him fold. There's 12 combinations of that. Seems weak. Seems like a blocker bet. It's third pot. And I just don't think... So there's 44 in there? I just don't think we need to risk it. What is his calling range? He's going to fold king queen, I think, a lot. A lot. Jamming 2 times pot. Going to snap off with 7s, jacks. And I think that those are more likely when he flats the flop. I don't want to make him fold king queen. I think I'm just going to fold. Yeah. I think I can make him fold king queen, but... I mean, and that's interesting. I just don't think I need to at this point, but if I was in desperation mode, I think I would have... So we made it 6. I think I would have clicked it and then just jammed here. And I think I can get him to fold king queen, but I just don't think I need to. I kind of feel like he plays 7s and jacks and queen 10 of hearts the exact same way. I don't think he plays queen 10 the same way, though. So we still have 2 times average. We have 240 big blinds. I'm kind of interested if I raise bigger on flop, if it does stun him to check. I should run that again. Okay, so this is an EP raise. We're going to fold. A lot of players behind, some short stacks. I'm just going to fold. I think we're going to call it a day on that. I'm going to go, I'm going to leave this hand, and I'm going to go and replay that hand. So let's do that. We still have 2 times average. We still have over 240 bigs. But let's go and replay that hand, because I really want to know if I raise bigger on flop, if it stuns him with king queen, or if it's always going down that way. Oops. So yeah, let's go with the and I didn't do a great job of going through every single if I'm gonna fold or I'm gonna bet, or and I'll do a better job on that. But okay, so it's this one. So let's replay this. So he opens, we make it 6. We want to play a pot with him. We're not trying to get him to fold. And no one raises behind, which is good. And he does this. Instead of doing 10, if we do 25, do we have more fold equity? Yeah. Yeah. So what happens if we do like 22? Do we ever get him to flat and check? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know that this is in real life. I don't know that this is. So 18, like 21? You just fold. I don't know that I can ever get him to flat. So this might be what you're talking about when you have more fold equity. I feel like it's surprising, because when we click it here, 23. Okay, so we did, it was just like a 1 big blind difference, and then we're just, going half pot, and he just has to make a decision, right? But I don't think he's folding. But he is. So if he's folding there, why does he bet turn after I click flop? I mean, I would definitely click flop with aces. And so I guess the way to play this is when you have aces. It's interesting. Let's just pretend like we have aces here. And we want to play the pot. We have aces or ace king, and he flats. And I click it, and he flats. Oh, and now, of course, he checks. So I guess you just have to bet tiny here, like 15. He just folds no matter what. We just got the one situation where he bets out. I mean, we just get him to fold otherwise. All right. Well, that's another session down.